What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, it's cool. What we do here is we cover pro wrestling content. So, WWE, AEW, TNA, and Ring of Honor. For the first week or two, we're actually not going to cover Ring of Honor just because we're just getting into Ring of Honor. On this episode, we are specifically just going to cover AEW for this week, which is March 5th, and what is Saturday?
March 8th.
March 8th. So, I'm Finn, this is Everly, and welcome to the channel. Let's go ahead and get right into AEW Dynamite, since that aired on the 5th, and then we'll go into Collision, which aired on the 8th. So, take it away.
Starting off AEW, it opened up with MJF calling out Hangman outside of the arena. So, he went a little stir crazy in the camera and everything.
Mm-hmm. Like, all up in the shit.
Yep. So, we'll get to more of that later. To start the show off, after that was Swerve with Prince Nana and Ricochet contract signing to see who would be the number one contender for the championship.
AEW World Championship,
I believe. Yeah. Things get a little heated.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve decides to bring up Ricochet's wife. Much love, Samantha. Ricochet didn't take that very well, even though Swerve complimented her.
Pretty much what he had said was, the only two things that anybody's going to remember you for is that I brought your career, or I saved your career, and your wife. And yeah. Ricochet did not like that. So
yeah. After the contract signing, Swerve goes to leave. Ricochet tries to bring out the scissors and attack Swerve from behind. Swerve expected it, stopped him.
Straight caught his hand.
Brought out a pair of scissors of his own from his jacket pocket and returns the favor and hits him square in the forehead with it.
Busted him open. I'm not going to say wide open, but busted him open.
Just enough.
Made him bleed a little bit.
And just walks away.
Yep.
With Prince Nana.
Fucking dope.
It was nice.
After that, we had our... excuse me. We had our opening match, which was Will Ospreay, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Keith, the Murder Machines, and what was...
I don't remember his first name.
And something Rod Davis.
Yeah.
So that was actually a pretty good
it was a great match.
Because you, as literally one of the people's names, Powerhouse, you have a few powerhouses in there. You've got some aerial acrobatics in the form of Will Ospreay. You've got Orange Cassidy. And you got Mark Briscoe, who straight wow, man. Crazy as shit.
The comedy. The
comedy aspect that you get between Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy. It's great. It's great. At one point, Ospreay's team had, who was it?
Each man come in on one of the...
I think Davis was the one in the corner.
Yes.
They had him in their corner, and they kept tagging out. So the first person, boom, 10 punches straight to the head. Tagged out. Next person, 10 punches to the head. Third person, 10 punches to the head. And then they get Orange Cassidy. So we're like, oh, 41 punches straight to the head. No, Orange Cassidy he gets up there. Yeah. 31 punches. So, like I said, with Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy, there's expected to be some comedy. At one point, Mark Briscoe is fighting somebody, and he's over here doing like all these karate moves, does the whole crane pose. Comedy gold. So at the end of the match, Ospreay, Cassidy, Briscoe, and Hobbs end up getting the victory. Then Davis puts Ospreay in a sleeper hold as the Murder Machines come in. They kind of dealt with everybody else, so nobody could interrupt them, jump in Ospreay. Then Kyle Fletcher comes out because Kyle Fletcher and Ospreay have a steel cage match this Sunday at AEW Revolution. Resolution?
I think it's a resolution.
Whatever. At their pay-per-view this Sunday, which we will be covering that. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the video, who we predict to win, what matches, that type stuff. And then we'll also have our recap video going up this coming Monday as to the results of that pay-per-view. So, as I was saying, Kyle Fletcher comes out, and, you know, they're all jumping, not Orange Cassidy, Will Ospreay, and at one point, Fletcher is just ground and pounding, Ospreay, and Davis comes in, moves him out of the way, basically, hey, yo, he's had enough. And Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher get into Davis' face, talking about, you're going to do what we say, you know, you want to be part of this family, this is what you signed up for, do what we say, otherwise you're out, type shit. And essentially force him to hit Ospreay in the back of the, with the steel chair. And then he kind of storms off, just like, oh, I can't believe I did this. Like, this is not what I wanted to do. Like, that's not who I am type of deal. And Kyle Fletcher ends up taking that same steel chair, setting it up, putting Ospreay into like a...
want to say suplex, but...
It was kind of like a suplex, but more...
like a fireman's carry type thing?
No, fireman's carry is kind of how John Cena puts before he does the attitude adjustment.
Okay.
But like a delayed suplex. So holds him in the air for a minute, but instead of going back to fall where Ospreay will land on his back, he drops him more direct down onto his neck, onto that steel chair, which just completely implodes on itself, and that made my neck hurt.
It looks
like
extremely painful.
Still makes my neck hurt. So
that's
after that, reset for the next match, which was Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, versus Wheeler Yuta, which, if you've been paying attention over the last few weeks, Cope has been taking out each member of the Death Riders since he's got a match for the world title against Jon Moxley at the pay-per-view this Sunday. So they show Wheeler Yuta walking from outside the arena all the way into the ring. Then Edge comes in. They have their little match, which was a pretty good technical wrestling. Like,
yeah,
it was a good match. After the match, because Edge hit Yuta with the spear, 1, 2, 3. Edge wins it. Edge gets a mic, stands Yuta up, shakes his hand, looks at him and goes, "This is what respect feels like," and then walks out of the ring. Well, Moxley didn't take too kind to that. So Moxley comes out there, gets all up in Yuta's face, talking about what the fuck was this about, like blah, 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 blah. I told you, take his ass out, because at this point, Moxley is afraid of Cope. He's afraid that he's going to lose his beloved AEW World Heavyweight Championship, especially because Pac the Bastard has been taken out. Claudio Castagnoli has been taken out. and Shafir, the female who's always holding his briefcase that has the title in it, Willow took her out last week. Yep. So every member other than Moxley and Yuta has literally been physically taken out over the last few weeks. So who does Moxley have to kind of ensure that he has the win, or that he gets the win this weekend? Pretty much nobody. So he gets into Yuta's face, just practically cursing him out, shoving him around, telling him that he's essentially like a waste of space type shit. Yuta said, fuck it, I had enough, shoves him back, and walks to the backstage. Moxley follows him backstage, still cursing him out. Oh, if you walk away, wait till I see you next time, blah, 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 blah. Looks at the camera, cuts his promo. Congratulations, you did it. You got into my head, but just be careful because you're dealing with a different Moxley now that you've gotten into my head, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I love Moxley, but right now, dude, you being a fucking douche canoe. So yeah, watch out for that fucking spear because that shit's coming your way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so promo for this weekend's match. Then
it returns back to Renee meeting MJF outside, and MJF calls Hangman a coward. Hangman pulls up behind them, almost running Renee and MJF over with vehicle, and Hangman yells at him, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, where you going, you coward?
MJF runs into the building and Hangman follows. Hangman finds somebody that looks like MJF, thinking it's him, and starts beating on him. But
realizes it wasn't him. MJF
once they're on the ramp near the ring, it's not MJF. MJF ambushes him from behind, and they get into a brawl.
MJF gets the upper hand, throws him into the ring, ends up kicking him in the nuts. Then he takes out the dynamite diamond ring, just clocks him square in the fucking head with it. And when she said earlier, like at the beginning of this, how MJF kind of, he's kind of losing it. Literally
grabs a mic, says, "Y'all," yells at the crowd, "Y'all like when the cowboy sets things on fire? Let's see how y'all like it when I do it." Goes underneath the ring apron, grabs a lighter, sticks it in his pocket, and then grabs the lighter fluid. Gets back in the ring and starts pouring it on Hangman. And he goes to light the lighter, and a whole bunch of security come out and get him to the ring mat and just start dragging him out.
Literally. Like, they dragged him across the ring till they got him outside and carried his ass out.
And he's literally yelling, "Let me prove my point! Let me prove my point!" But the security is not letting him go. They dragged his ass to the back.
Yeah. So, needless to say,
that was pretty...
MJF has lost it.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a great match to watch. We then had the women's tag match. Thunder Rosa and Statlander versus Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. There was some good moments, but not some holy shit moments.
Yeah.
Bayne and Ford won.
I would say, as far as those four women, they definitely have a lot of... that there is a lot of ring ability in that match.
Yeah.
I just feel like they didn't really
have the wow
book
factor.
It properly. Yeah. Not taking away from anything that any one of those women bring to the ring. Just
because they're phenomenal athletes.
Yes.
It's just
it fell flat.
Yeah.
Let's cut the bullshit. Be honest. It just kind of fell flat.
After that, we had Max Caster come out with his, normal open challenge, saying he's the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
We have yet to see it. It's just the name he goes by because he gets his ass beat every fucking week. And so he issued the open challenge. Jay White came out. He's known as Switchblade, right?
Yeah.
And so the match starts. Jay beats him with his finisher, Blade Runner.
Literally, that was the only move actually performed in that match. Max Caster tried to catch him off guard and
did not happen.
Threw a punch, and Switchblade immediately set him up for the Blade Runner, hit the Blade Runner, and kind of taunted him for a second, and then 1, 2, 3. That was it.
Yeah. Jay goes and grabs Mike, cuts a small promo saying he will be at Revolution to bring in the new champ, Adam Copeland.
Yeah, because Cope has had his back when he needed it, so he's had Cope's back this whole time.
He's returning the favor.
Yep.
He's going to make sure nothing goes sideways.
Yeah. I feel like he's not going to interfere with the match.
He's not going to get involved unless somebody else gets involved. And then he's going to make sure that
it's more on an even playing field again. But like we had discussed earlier, who's really out there left to help Moxley? I mean, yeah, Wheeler Yuta didn't physically get taken out, but after tonight,
Cope got in his head,
and
we think Yuta's starting to see some things.
Yeah.
And
like I was discussing when we were actually watching it,
he gets walked over a lot.
Yeah, he's the whipping boy of the Death Riders. He's the one that constantly puts his neck out there to make sure somebody else in Death Riders prevails, and they don't give two shits about the fact that this man just got laid out, you know?
They never go to check on him, but
No.
if it's Pac or...
If it's Pat, Claudio, or Moxley, everybody's like, oh, we got you. And I think with Cope actually shaking his hand...
And telling him this is what respect looks
he's
like.
starting to really put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like,
yeah,
he's the expendable one to them. So, it could be one of those angle twists where he's just playing that for now, and then he'll come out and help Moxley, or he could be wising up.
It could be one of those, since he wasn't taken out fully, he could still pop out there.
Exactly.
And Moxley think he's going to help him, but he helps Cope instead.
I mean, yeah, there's a few different directions that can go. Moving along, though. Next was the Mariah May and Timeless Tony Storm interview done by Renee. So, it shows them, you've got Mariah May, Tony Storm, and Renee in between both of them. She thanks both of them for coming to sit down for this interview and agreeing to not get physical. And instantly, Mariah May gets up and just Haktua all over Tony Storm's face. You should have known I was going to go there. Like, come on. So after May spits on Tony Storm, Renee's, what the hell is wrong with you?
Tony just it's good to know you still care.
Yeah, like, so unfazed about it. Just like, straight up, good to know you still care. Like, just like, you didn't just get spit on.
At this point in this business...
Are you used to being spit on? Do you really? Do you really receive some Haktua? Call me. All jokes. Not joking. They go back and forth, talking their shit. And then they kind of get up in each other's face without actually making any kind of contact. And you hear Renee, she goes, I pray neither one of y'all get seriously injured. And both of them May and Tony at the same time, pray for her. It was like, oh, okay. Shit. Which, after that, leads us to the final match of the night, which was Ricochet and the Rainmaker Okada versus Swerve and Brody King. So that, to me, was definitely the match of the night.
That was a great match.
Nothing against our first match, the 8-man tag match, because that was a great match. But
the teamwork,
seriously,
between Swerve and King was phenomenal.
The unexpected.
Right.
Like, Swerve and Brody King, as far as I know, they haven't really ever teamed together. So for them to be on par with each other and on the same page so well, like, they weren't just on the same page. They were literally reading the same sentence on that page. You know, excuse me. So that caught me off guard, just how in sync these two were. Whereas with the 8-man tag match, hold on, let's scroll to that again. Ospreay, Cassidy, Briscoe, like, those three have teamed together numerous times. And then on the other side of that match was literally the Don Callis family and one person from Jericho's, you know. So you have people who have teamed together numerous times. So you expect that them to be a cohesive unit. Whereas with Swerve and Brody King, they were so on par. You would think that they had tag teamed for years with each other. Like, Swerve set up both Ricochet and Okada in a steel chair against the barricade to set up for Brody King to just come hauling ass. And Brody King's a big motherfucker. Big motherfucker. And this man just hauls ass and just, right onto both of them. And then he picks both of them up, holds them on his shoulder, and Swerve jumps off the ring apron, essentially lands on both of their heads, which helped Brody King pretty much slam them down. Like, their teamwork was impeccable for two people who, as far as I know, haven't teamed together, you know? So it was a really good match. Unfortunately, Ricochet and Okada got the win because Okada, who is the Continental Champion, he brought that in to use it. The ref saw him. Okada drops the belt. The ref is distracted by Okada, and Ricochet grabs the belt, hits Swerve with it, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. So, unfortunately, despite how well Swerve and King work together, cheaters are cheaters. So, Ricochet ended up getting the win for his team. Yeah, that... Damn, that was quick as fuck.
That pretty much sums up AEW Dynamite.
Yeah.
For the evening.
It was overall a really good show. Say 4.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, really good show. So we will go ahead and jump on over to Dynamite and let you know what happened. What?
Collision. AEW Collision.
That part. We're going to jump over to Collision and let you know what happened on that episode. Alright, so on to our coverage of AEW Collision now. We are obviously in a completely different area now instead of at the house.
Home.
Why? Because, fuck it, why not?
Switch it up a bit.
Yeah. So, how did Collision kick off?
The Op versus Starboy Charlie, Titus Alexander, and Jack Banning. We didn't see much. That match did not last very long. The Op won. which was Samoa Joe, Hook, and one other dude. I can't ever remember his name.
Yeah, you know, that guy.
But the Op won. So we cut to a promo with Edge ahead of his match with John Moxley at Revolution. I don't care about the Jeep.
Truck.
We are recording at the moment. I do not care. So he goes on to talk about that. Serena Deeb versus Momo. And Mercedes Moné sits ringside to watch the match. Momo wins, which pisses the CEO off. You might see something in the background. Go with it. Moné shoved the title in Momo's face. Momo kicked Moné in the face and hits her with double knees from the top rope. And since you want to keep yelling Jeep, you can continue because this is your show. You know more about AEW than I do.
You're right. Sorry, my brain is all over the place right now.
Yes, clearly.
Yes. Will Ospreay promo.
Ahead of his match with Kyle Fletcher.
Honestly, Will Ospreay's promos are always fire as fuck. Always fire. Pretty much, he cut his promo talking about, you know, we were brothers, you know, him, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, you know, all these people, they were brothers, this, that, the third, and you want to turn your back on your brother, like, had mad love for you, you know, love you more than anything, yada, yada, yada. Well, this what you want to do? I bet. In the steel cage, it's yo ass type shit, you know. So, I'm fucking hyped for that match.
Which we'll be doing our predictions for that tonight before Revolution.
Yeah. Once we finish the coverage of Collision, we'll go ahead and
pre-record our predictions.
Predict who we think will win this match and yada yada yada. But after the Will Ospreay promo for his match with Kyle Fletcher, we had
Harley Cameron versus Tatovic.
Yes.
Harley won.
Yeah, it's simple enough. Just Harley won.
Then we had Kyle Fletcher's promo.
Yes, Kyle Fletcher's promo. He's not as fire as Ospreay, but still pretty fire promo. So there's that. Then it was Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly versus Sean Dean and Carly Bravo, or the Infantry. Undisputed Kingdom, Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. They won that match. Pretty good technical match, I guess. Not really much to say about that match either. They went out there, they did their thing, they went home. You know. Go ahead.
We had the Takasha promo had a match at Revolution with Kenny Omega, but Don Callis was speaking for him.
Yeah. Takeshita doesn't really speak much, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's mainly Don Callis, which nobody fucking likes his bald, ugly ass anyway, so like, if you watch it, Don Callis comes out and the whole crowd, fuck you, fuck you, Callis. You know. So, fuck Don Callis, whatever.
We had John Moxley speaking for his promo, since him and Edge are having their little match tonight.
Which, can't wait.
We had Hologram versus Drilistico.
Great match.
Yeah. They're really good in the ring. Hologram, he won. He's still undefeated.
Yes. That match, when it comes to two luchadors in the ring together, that it's so peak, chef's kiss, peak performance. the high-flying maneuvers, the shit that a lot of people can't do, you get that there. So I love when you get two luchadors fighting together. But Holland Graham won that, and then...
We had his opponent from last week come out and attack him.
The Beast.
The Beast. I can't remember the rest of his name, so...
Mortar, some shit like that.
Haramada comes out, makes the save.
Yeah.
Dralistico distracts Hamada, and the Beast attacks Hamada.
Yep.
Dralistico and the Beast stand tall in the ring.
So we're predicting a tag match next week between the four of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. After that, what do we have?
Backstage segment with FTR, the Undisputed Kingdom, and Daniel Garcia. The Undisputed Kingdom are going to run it back with FTR after their match last week. FTR almost won, but decided that because Kyle O'Reilly's foot was on the rope and the ref missed it, they wanted to restart
the match.
And the United Kingdom won, so they're running it back next week.
Yes.
At Collision.
Yeah, and then...
Adam
we had
Cole,
a small spot with Adam Cole.
Adam Cole requesting
Garcia.
A rematch.
He wants to run
championship.
Run it back with Garcia for that championship. So they're gonna probably run that back. But Garcia already had a
match that tonight.
Yeah, that night. So
the Hurt Syndicate was interviewed by Lexi Nair ahead of their match with the Outrunners at Revolution.
God.
We already know. We're pretty sure we know who's going to win that. The Hurt Syndicate.
I'll be surprised if
the Outrunners win. I'll be very highly surprised.
I'll be shocked.
But then again, they have MVP going to be ringside, so we're pretty sure he's going to get involved somehow, some way.
Well, the way I see it,
distraction.
The way I see it, you've got two guys who are stuck in the fucking 80s, all Hulk Hogan style and shit. That. They just don't really seem like big contenders, to be honest.
Yeah.
Versus Shelton Benjamin, who's done so much better in AEW than he ever did in WWE. And Bobby Lashley.
Who's done better in AEW than TNA and WWE.
Right. Granted, in all promotions, he was always a big threat to everybody else. So... I really don't see how the Outrunners are going to outrun the competition.
Dad jokes at its finest. So, after that, we had Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum from the Outrunners versus Tony Nese and Ari Daivari from the Premier Athletes.
Mm-hmm.
The Outrunners won, even though the Hurt Syndicate came out trying to cause a distraction. And to watch the match up at the ramp.
Look at who they were facing. Tony Nese.
Yeah.
Even in his time in AEW, or not AEW, WWE, he was a fucking joke.
205 Live.
Daivari. Fucking joke.
205 Live,
they were
didn't
jokes.
last over there.
That's why they got put onto 205 Live. Because everybody in 205 Live was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
They took everybody who was mid-card or less, put them in a promotion to try to, they created a whole promotion around the mid-card lightweight people trying to boost their reputation, and it didn't. That's why 205 Live isn't really
a thing anymore.
Yeah, is it even a thing?
No.
Exactly. It didn't last long. So...
I mean, that's how we met Pac, or formerly known as Neville.
Yeah. Which, again, another superstar who's doing so much better in AEW.
Yeah.
Than he ever did with WWE. Neville, the persona of Neville was literally just a high flyer, and I'll give him, he has the in-ring ability even back in WWE, but they never booked him right. They never pushed him.
But WWE has an issue with booking their people properly.
Exactly. So
they continue same old storylines, same old people. They don't really push people that need to be pushed.
And when they leave WWE and come to AEW, you see their whole career just transform into something worth a while. You know? So, but enough about that promotion and their failures and shortcomings.
We had a recap of Mariah May doing her thing, attacking Tony at the premiere of Queen of the Ring.
Yes, which is the movie that
Tony Storm was a part of.
not the competition.
Yeah.
That's over on WWE. Anyways, sidetrack.
We had a video package hyping up Hangman versus MJF ahead of
That's
their
gonna
match
be
at
a
Revolution.
crazy match.
That's going to be an awesome match.
The only thing I'm disappointed is it's a basic match, a basic
Yeah.
one-on-one instead of some kind of
But
stipulation in
I'm
it.
pretty sure there's going to be some shady shit going on with
Oh, yeah.
MJF.
I feel like this match isn't going to be the finale in the chapter of MJF versus Hangman.
Yeah.
Because there's so much heat in this rivalry. For them to just end it in a fucking singles standard one-on-one match just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Especially after MJF tried to light his ass on fire last week. Like, this is not going to be the end of it.
No.
But
not.
I feel like it's still going to be a good match to watch.
Most definitely. Let them fight, let them duke it out, see
Yeah.
where it goes.
Exactly.
We had our main event for the night. Daniel Garcia versus ROH Pure Champion Lee Moriarty.
Oh, yeah, for the TNT Championship. Daniel Garcia retains it.
It was a pretty good match. It was like those two knew each other's moves inside and out. They kept going back and forth repetitively.
Yeah, move for move, kept up with each other type.
It was great.
Yeah. So that was pretty good match.
Once Daniel won, Shane Taylor and the Infantry came out. They were gonna try and attack, but Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom.
There you go.
Came out to even the odds.
Which, despite the fact that, Cole is trying to go for the TNT championship that Garcia holds, they still have a lot of respect for each other.
There's a lot of respect, and I'm pretty sure there's a friendship there.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yes, they are competitors and they go against each other a lot, but outside of the company, a lot of them are good friends.
Right.
So even with everything going on, they're still going to have that person's back.
Yeah.
Unless they're an asshole and just don't care.
Unless it's like, CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, let's not go back to WWE right now.
I'm just example purposes, okay?
And so to end the show out, we had Kenny Omega do his little promo for his match ahead of Revolution.
Right. So as far as that goes, that was the
recap of...
Yeah, that was the recap for
Collision.
I'd say overall it was a pretty good showing. What would you rate that as far as a whole?
I'd give it a 4.5.
Okay.
That wasn't too bad.
I would say a 4, personally, just because there was some spots where they could have done better, but it wasn't a bad show by all regards. And
just to let y'all know, we'll go ahead and put it out there now. We are going to be changing our rating system from from the 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 because it's getting repetitive with some of our ratings. So
if you've noticed,
we're kind of wanting to boost it up a little bit more. And we'll go through with WWE and TNA as well. And
we just kind of wanted to finish this week on the 5-star rating versus or 5-point rating.
Next week we'll start with the 1 out of 10 type rating.
Right, just so we have more diversity and we can go a little more in depth because most of it, yes, we've agreed upon just because we had such a short window of rating.
Right.
So this will allow us to kind of. You say, hey, this show is maybe a 4 in my opinion, where my opinion could be
7.
It was like a 6, So it does open that window up. We just wanted to finish this week with the 5-star or 5-point rating
that we had started with.
So it's consecutive for this week, but come Monday Night Raw, we'll start with the 10-point system.
Yeah. So on that note, we are going to record our predictions for tonight, and we will see y'all later.
All right. So Same place. This is the portion of the video where we talk about AEW Revolution's match card, what we think is going to happen as far as results go, and where it might push a certain storyline.
Yep.
So looking at the match card, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 matches.
13.
No, 13 matches and then a promo segment.
Yep.
Um,
It's a long card, so there's a lot to get through.
Some of this is actually 0 hour. I just noticed that.
Okay.
So 0 hour, which I want to say was actually yesterday.
I don't know.
We'll cover 0 hour as well, but
We'll go back to that.
let's cover the 0 hour stuff first, since that happens prior to Revolution, like their main show. So the first one we're going to cover is the Orange Cassidy, Big Boom, and Mark Briscoe versus Johnny TV and Eminem Collection. Honestly, I'm going with Orange Cassidy, Big Boom, and Mark Briscoe.
Yep.
Not because I pull for them, but just I know who Johnny TV is, I know who Eminem Collection is, but I don't really know much about where they stand right now.
Like, don't get me wrong, Johnny TV are formerly known as either Eminem in WWE or John Morrison,
who's part of Eminem
or Johnny TV in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
His wife's also on AEW and was on TNA and then WWE for a little bit.
Right.
We know him as a wrestler. I don't know
Eminem Collection. That was oh my gosh.
I know they were part of
Mansoor and
I don't.
they didn't last long in WWE. The gimmick was stupid as shit, and it was absolute BS.
I don't remember much of them because I believe they were on 205 Live, as a lot of the guys were, but I don't know because I don't remember them as much as I do Johnny.
They literally lasted like 6 months.
Johnny's in-ring ability is phenomenal.
It is.
Like,
it is.
we
was
know
also in Lucha Underground too.
Yeah. He's got some good moves and everything,
yeah.
But if he's carrying his whole team, I think it's going to be Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe
and
for the
Big
win.
Boom. I don't really know much about Big Boom.
I don't, but
I know he always has his son out there with him, but even him aside, I feel like if it was a 2-on-3 where it was just Orange Cassidy and Briscoe, they'd still take the win.
And Briscoe's going to be doing his little comedy thing.
Oh my god, I
Orange
fucking
Cassidy,
love Briscoe.
Just a little...
That man is such a wild card. And yeah,
That's gonna
Cassidy.
Be lovely.
I love it. I love the pure nonchalantness of Orange Cassidy.
It's lovely.
Next, there's Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus Shane Taylor.
And the infantry.
Promotions.
Yeah, infantry.
Yeah. Again,
Daniel
Garcia and Undisputed. Yeah.
The Undisputed Kingdom.
Them.
Why do I keep saying United Kingdom? The fuck? Brain.
UK.
Yeah, I know. But
hell, I keep wanting to say Undisputed Era, but that was NXT.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough. We've been watching this shit way too long. All the fucking names that
they start to run together sometimes.
Just a little bit, so bear with us.
Yeah, I'm pulling for, obviously, Cole and Undisputed.
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. Yeah. It's my guy. Even when he's a dickhead, it's my guy. Then we've got Chris Jericho versus Gravity for the ROH World Championship.
I don't know much about Gravity, but Chris Jericho...
Honestly, that could go either way.
Yeah.
Considering Gravity is a Ring of Honor superstar.
Yeah.
And Jericho is AEW. He's just holding the Ring of Honor Championship right now. I could see that going either way. They can continue on with Jericho holding the title, or they could go ahead and send it back to Ring of Honor's, one of Ring of Honor's people.
Yeah.
And then there's also Renee Paquette, RJ City, and Jeff Jarrett, which Okay, that's just their commentary team.
Yep.
Gotcha. So, nothing to say about that other than Jeff Jarrett. Damn.
Jeff Jarrett was
I didn't
in
know he was
TNA.
even doing anything.
He was in WWE. Motherfucker's old, but he's still around and kicking.
Apparently.
He still wrestles from time to time, too.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, like, his wrestling shit was just pretty much, like, small promotions, like WrestleCade type shit.
No.
So, on the main card for Revolution, we've got Konosuke Takeshita versus Kenny Omega for the AEW International Championship.
That could honestly go either way.
It's going to be a good match regardless.
Yeah, it could
Because
be.
it's Takeshita and fucking Omega.
And if Takeshita does what Omega is asking and leaves Don Callis out of it, it's
I mean,
because Don Callis likes to get involved.
he does, but when it comes to Takeshita, I notice he only gets involved when Takeshita's literally down and out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he kind of just stands back and talks his shit.
Which is, I mean, you could stay away.
Callis, please. Again, this is character, and this about to sound fucked as shit. But Don Callis, you can jump right the fuck off this goddamn parking garage for all I care.
You're character-wise.
Character-wise.
Not the person. Character.
Character.
Just emphasis on that because...
Just to the character, not the person.
Like, emphasis on that because...
I
lot
know
of
a
people,
motherfucker's gonna get in the comment and be like, "That's mean." All right, Karen, shut the fuck up.
We already know. We emphasize that because we don't know the person.
Yes, and we've said this before.
We know the character, but we want to make sure that anybody who joins in and watches
knows that
understands
we are
that
hating
aspect.
the characters.
We are hating on the character, not the person.
Except for Logan Paul.
Yeah, except
I'm not gonna wish death on Logan Paul, but I just wish he would disappear into obscurity. I'll put it that way.
Don't get me wrong. We saw an interview where he was pretty decent.
Actually, yeah.
And a decent
it's
guy.
Like he dropped the asshole for a minute. And I was
like,
like, you know what? If we got this Logan Paul, I would hate him so much.
Yeah, we would like him a lot better. That was before Elimination Chamber. Now, if we got that Logan Paul throughout everything, out in the main world and everything away from the wrestling, and he was
Logan
that
Paul is
way,
a person.
But right now, he's showing that
his character and his person are literally the same thing, and he is a fucking prick.
Yes.
Fuck, I can't stand him.
But
anyways, back to the topic at hand.
We have Toni Storm, who's champ right now, versus Mariah May in the Hollywood ending match.
I don't think that's like really any special stipulation to the match. I think that's just how they're titling the end of this feud.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that's going to be a good match.
That's going to be a good match. I think Toni Storm's going to retain it.
I don't know.
But...
I'm saying Mariah May might take it.
I'm saying I think. But we don't know. It could be a back and forth where Toni Storm loses it again to Mariah May, and then the whole thing hashes out again, and Toni Storm wins it back, and back and forth shit type of deal.
It could very well not be the ending of this feud, but...
we don't know yet.
I'm not sure. Also, somewhat semi-side note, Toni Storm, love you. Please bring back the rocker girl. Like,
the timeless.
I'm tired of this timeless shit.
It's
the timeless shit is reached its time.
It's weird.
See what I did there? It's kind of cold out here.
Yeah.
Then there's Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet for the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship, which I actually read something. Remember how in the contract signing they asked where the robe was, and he said it was being altered?
Yeah.
I read something saying that, and this is a crazy speculation, or a crazy theory, but if it were to happen, the craziness in this. Someone had stated that he's having it altered to a dress for Samantha Irvin to wear out there, and that would be her debut in AEW.
Okay.
Because if you paid attention to her after she left WWE, at first she was saying that she wanted to focus on her music career.
But she's missing.
She is missing commentating.
Yeah.
But she also wanted to be in the ring.
Yeah.
and there was a rumor that she was training to perform in the ring.
Okay.
So
We'll see if that happens.
if that happens, that could be her gateway into in-ring competition under the AEW promotion.
Okay.
But the craziness, if he had the robe altered to be a dress for her,
Lovely.
boom!
Nana's gonna be mad. He's gonna be
Nana
pissed.
would be
He'll be
pissed.
pissed.
But
We'll find out tonight.
again,
Maybe.
that's a crazy fucking
Speculation.
theory and speculation. But I'm really hoping that there's some actual weight to that, because that would be great.
We're
Even-
down for it.
Even
We love
if
you, Samantha.
She
We
does
miss
like,
you.
even if she is just gonna start wrestling under AEW,
Yeah.
just to have her back would be
Right.
great. Because yes, we
She can
miss you,
sing.
we love you.
She can do commentary. She can play a flute.
Yeah,
Yeah, we saw that on.
I saw a clip of her on I think it's America's Got Talent, where she was, or no, it was The Voice. I think it was one of them shows.
One of those where Adrian from the Cheetah Girls at one point, it was where they were saying whether the person could sing or not, and a lot of them said she can't sing, she can't sing. So she was playing the flute first,
and then
she
just
started
busted
singing, and
out
then
with
they're like,
proved everybody wrong.
oh yeah.
Anyways, but that point aside, that match is going to be great. There was so much build up for it. They have no choice but to make it a great match. We know what Swerve can do in the ring. We know what Ricochet can do in the ring.
Yep.
Despite where their character lies on the heel / babyface spectrum, both of them have amazing talent.
Oh yeah.
We got to see bits of that
In WWE.
with Ricochet, at least,
Yeah.
in WWE. Swerve in WWE,
He was in
he was
NXT.
held down.
Yeah.
He was held down by what was that group? Had the dude now known as AJ Francis over on TNA. B-Fab and Shantae the Adonis. Hit Row. There it was. He was part of that group, and honestly, that shit held him down. Like, 'cause personally, AJ Francis, you ain't shit. Ashanti the Adonis, you ain't shit. They've revamped you like 6 times now. B-Fab, you ain't shit. Like,
You're trying.
you're
Like, don't
trying,
get me
but
wrong.
none of y'all is shit. The only one who actually had real talent was Swerve. And that you saw that as soon as he came to AEW.
Yep.
But taking what we've seen from Ricochet, taking what we've seen from Swerve, that's going to be an amazing match. I could see that being top tier, like, way up there. And honestly,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Let's just do our rating system for Revolution on that 10 point.
Yep.
Fuck the 5 point, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it for as many great matches as we're going to have, and some that might fall flat. We're going to need the 10 point system. The next match is Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in a steel cage match. Again, both superstars are amazing talents. Literally saw a video with Will Ospreay being interviewed by Chris Van Vliet. Shout out. Dude's got he's got 48 5-star matches. That is more than WWE has altogether. That is more than AEW has altogether. TNA has 3 5-star matches. Will Ospreay having 2 of those 3. Like, dude is pure talent. He, like, his whole being is just originated of talent. Like,
Yeah, a lot of these matches, it's hard to tell who's going to win. So don't mind us if we don't say who we think is going to win, because
I'm
in a lot,
pulling.
we're pulling
I don't
for
know
Will.
who's going to win this one, but I'm pulling for Ospreay.
Yeah.
Because Ospreay, like, that's my guy. Fletcher, before he turned heel and joined Don Callis, I fucked with him. He was cool. Awesome talent. Now, dude, get fucked. But I will not discredit the fact that he's got some straight fire talent too. Then there's MJF versus Hangman.
That could go either way.
We were talking about this. Only thing that I'm not happy with as far as this goes is the vroom vroom. Sorry, car head brain. The only thing I'm going to be disappointed about is the fact that it is just a
regular match.
Yeah.
Whereas
it needs a stipulation.
MJF tried to set this man on fire Wednesday. Like, whoever wins this match, we don't
Hangman
think
tried
it's gonna
to
be
run him over.
Yeah.
Like,
with Renee. Don't run over my girl.
I know, right? Hey.
Don't be running over my girl.
Stop. Get some help. But it is still going to be a good match regardless. Because, again, two people, great talent. Not as much talent as my boy Ospreay, but still good talent. Ospreay has more talent in his fucking pinky than that whole rest of the roster.
Okay, they're
combined.
all phenomenal talent. It doesn't matter who's better in ring ability.
Can you tell that I'm an Ospreay fanboy?
Yes, he is. Like,
Ospreay's my guy.
we get it.
Moving right along to a match that I don't give two shits about.
Mercedes Moné versus Momo.
Mercedes
I'm hoping
Moné.
Momo wins because we are so tired of Mercedes Moné.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to be pissed
Hate
if
the
she
character,
is not.
Don't know the person. We know she's related to Snoop Dogg, but right now we're just
Honestly,
so tired of the four belt Moné.
I get the impression that she's a bitch outside of her character, but I can't speak to that fully. That's
because
just
we don't know. We've never met her.
I feel like she might be a bitch outside of outside of her character. Oops.
I mean, she was Sasha Banks in WWE, so
Okay,
outside
look.
of WWE, regardless.
The fact that her and Naomi literally walked out.
Because they weren't being treated properly.
That's what they
Supposedly.
that's what they say.
But
I mean,
but Naomi came back.
How many times did Sasha actually have a fucking championship? All the goddamn time. What the fuck do you mean you were not treated right?
It was her and Charlotte constantly, or
exactly
somebody with a belt and Sasha.
Somebody else would get it, and they would immediately give it to either Charlotte or Sasha. You had plenty of
Becky and Bailey had to earn their shots.
Sasha and Charlotte literally were given just because of who they're related to. But I digress.
Next we have the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. We were talking about this earlier. We're pretty sure the Hurt Syndicate's going to win that match. Yes, they all have phenomenal talent, but we don't see the Hurt Syndicate losing that.
I was low-key impressed with the Outrunners and their match on Collision.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. You got a powerhouse and a high-flying striker versus two Hulk Hogan wannabes. Yep. Come on.
And then we have Okada versus Brody King for the AEW Continental Championship.
Fuck out of this man. Please,
we're
for the love
hoping
of
Brody
God,
wins that.
I want him to hold that fucking. I want him to hold gold other than tag team shit.
And finally, we have Jon Moxley, AEW champion, versus Rated R Superstar.
Oh, that's going to be such a good match.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a hardcore Jon Moxley, former Dean Ambrose fan, but I got to go with my boy, Cope.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, don't get me wrong, just because Cope took out Jon Moxley's group, I do still think somebody's going to come out and get involved.
Okay.
Yuta might have been shown respect by Cope, so with Yuta still standing, I think there's going to be that he's going to come out, pretend to help Moxley, and turn on Moxley.
I was going to say something.
Because of the respect that Adam showed.
I'm going to go into a little more detail on my prediction with that. I feel Yuta's going to come out, and he's going to want to help Moxley, but either he's going to try to help Moxley and end up taking Moxley out by accident, which allows Edge to take advantage and get the win, which I'd be pissed about that.
Because we already know Jay White's going to be there to have Cope's back.
Or Yuta's going to come out and be torn on who to help. Yeah. But I do feel like we're going to see Yuta out there, regardless. I'm hoping more for the angle of Yuta coming out and I don't know what to do, and then Jay White might interfere and take Yuta out himself.
Yeah.
Which still kind of allows the storyline to play out as where does Yuta's alliance, his loyalty lie?
Because he's just the punching boy for the Death Riders.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
At this point,
he gets no respect from anybody.
Anytime he got knocked on his ass by anybody,
everybody else hauled ass.
Everybody either checked on somebody else and forgot he was over there, or they hauled ass and just left him. Like, where's the respect?
That was literally
your
Cope's
other
whole
team member,
point.
Especially when he's a part of the trio champions.
Thank you.
Like, what the fuck? So we're wondering where Yuta's going to go with that, because the other day, Moxley getting in his face and everything and just telling him, keep walking, if I see you, come back.
Wait till I see you again type shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
So there's animosity there right now. We don't know what's going to happen, but that is our speculation of what might happen.
Yeah. My rating expectation out of this whole pay-per-view is going to be an 8. No, I'm going to put it at a 9.
Yeah.
Because normally their pay-per-views are top-notch.
Kind of give it that leeway for if we need to go to that 10 mark, or say it went off the fucking charts and can't even say a 10.
They do have great pay-per-views, but I have yet to honestly give a 10.
Yeah.
It's hard to give a 10 because 10 is perfection.
Yeah.
I'm expecting there might be a blunder here, a blunder there. There's some matches that fall a little bit shorter than, which downgrades the whole pay-per-view rating as a whole.
Plus, I mean, with 10 matches tonight,
10 matches, everything's going to have to be perfect to get.
Oh, yeah. That perfect 10.
A Ty Dillinger.
Yeah. Or as he's known now, Sean Spears. Fucking NXT North American champ.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Anyways, yeah, can you tell we get sidetracked a lot?
But on that note,
we will. Let's see. We do. Blah, 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 blah.
We post the pay-per-views on Mondays.
Yes. So our next video will be
tomorrow. We will
considering
see y'all
we're
tomorrow.
Recording this
Sunday.
Literally like an hour before the pay-per-view.
Yep. We will see y'all tomorrow with results and reactions, and
and then we'll watch Raw and record that and have that up come Saturday with the rest of WWE's.
Yep.
So technically after our Monday video, the next time we'll see you, we'll be talking about TNA.
Yep.
And
no, Monday Night Raw, NXT.
Yes, but they won't see that video until Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, y'all will see us Friday for TNA.
Yep. So stay tuned for our review of Revolution on Monday, and then we will see you next weekend starting Friday. So on that note, like, comment, subscribe. Please, for the love of God, comment. We love the engagement.
Comment, questions, what y'all think we could do to improve anything. We want y'all to be able to interact with us to give us that ability to improve on whatever we need to work on.
Yes, because, I mean, ultimately, we're doing this because we enjoy wrestling, but we are also doing this to give entertainment to you guys. So
also, check out the TikTok.
Yes, I will have the link for our TikTok down below.
I usually answer any comments or questions on TikTok.
Right.
That way it's not too much for either one of us to handle, since he's doing the editing and...
I do the editing, the uploads. She normally handles the comments. We both monitor it though.
Yeah.
But...
So if I don't get to it, he might, or he'll let me know, hey, somebody commented or somebody messaged.
Whatever. Also, because we both monitor, if there's something that you want to discuss with her directly, whatever. If there's something that you want to call me out on, like my bullshit, I'll see it as well.
We might be posting some bloopers up there.
Yes, my fucking blunders.
His blunders, just so y'all can see what it takes with. Since he starts out with the videos on certain things, he blunders sometimes and his brain gets away from him and some fuckery happens with the bloopers.
Or I zone out.
Yes, or he zones out.
Yeah.
But we will see y'all Friday.
Yep. No, we will see them Monday. Duh.
Posting Friday, smart ass.
We're posting Monday, butthead.
Yeah.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you guys
Bye.
later.